Hey there and welcome. You ever get that feeling that the lights in your own home are, well, working against you? You are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to crack the code on LED lighting. We're turning all that confusing jargon into simple, powerful choices that'll make your home way more comfortable and, honestly, just beautiful.
Just think about it for a minute. You know that dull headache you get after cooking dinner, or maybe you find yourself squinting to read in your favorite chair? Well, guess what? It might not be you at all. It could literally be your light bulbs. So many of us are putting up with lighting that causes real discomfort, and we don't even realize it's happening.
All right, let's dive into a classic and super annoying scenario. We're talking about that blinding glare in the kitchen. Okay, picture this. You've spent your Saturday putting in these brand new, sleek LED lights under your kitchen cabinets. You're so excited, you flip that switch, expecting this amazing warm glow, and bam, you're hit with this crazy bright, mirror-like reflection off your countertop that makes you squint. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. Well, that painful reflection actually has a name. It's called glare, and it's not just something that's kind of annoying. It's technically defined as brightness that causes visual discomfort or even reduces your ability to see things clearly. It is a real, measurable problem that affects how we feel and function in our own homes. So, what's the deal? Why does glare seem to bother some of us more than others, or why does it feel like it's getting worse over time? Well, the answer isn't just in the light bulb. It's also in our own eyes. Let's talk for a second about how our vision changes. Get this stat, it's pretty wild. By the time you're 60 years old, your eyes need 3 times more light just to see as well as a 20-year-old. But, and this is the big catch, it's not just about needing more light. We need smarter light, because as we age, our eyes also become way more sensitive to glare.
And here's the science behind it. When we're younger, the lenses in our eyes are super clear, almost like a perfect camera lens. They handle bright light no problem. But as we get older, that lens naturally becomes a little less clear. So instead of focusing light perfectly, it starts to scatter it inside the eye. And that scattering, that's what turns a bright light source into that horrible blinding glare. It's a totally natural process, but it's one we absolutely have to plan for when we choose our lighting.
Okay, so we get the problem. Glare's bad, our eyes are changing. How do we actually fix it? Well, it all starts with the box the light bulb comes in. So let's put on our detective hats and learn how to decode the language on that LED package. Now, you can forget all those other confusing symbols and numbers. For real. You only need to focus on what I call the big 3 specs. If you can master these, I promise you'll be able to walk into any store and pick the perfect light for any room. So, what are they? They are lumens, Kelvin, and CRI. First up, we've got lumens. This one's actually really simple. We all grew up thinking about watts, right? But watts just measure how much energy a bulb uses, not how bright it is. Lumens, on the other hand, measure the actual amount of light that comes out. So the key takeaway is this. If you want more brightness, you need more lumens. Easy as that. Next up is Kelvin, which you'll see written with a K. This tells you the color or the mood of the light. The best way to think about it is to compare it to sunlight. A low Kelvin number, like 2700 K, is that warm, golden, cozy light you see at sunset. A high Kelvin number, like 5000 K, is like the bright blue-white light of midday. It's intense and energizing. So Kelvin is all about setting the right vibe for your space. And finally, my personal favorite, CRI, or the Color Rendering Index. This one is all about quality. CRI is a scale from 0 to 100, and it tells you how accurately a light shows you the true colors of objects. You ever buy a sweater that looks navy blue in the store, but when you get it home, it's actually black? That's bad CRI. For your home, you should always aim for a CRI of 90 or higher. It makes all the colors in your home, from your paint to your food to your own skin, look vibrant and natural. Okay, let's put that Kelvin knowledge to work. Here's a super simple guide. For any space where you want to chill out, think living rooms, bedrooms, you're going to want to stick in that warm and cozy 2200 to 2700 K range. For places where you're doing stuff like kitchens and bathrooms, you want something a little more neutral and bright, so look for 3000 to 4000 K. And for a garage or a workshop where you need to see every little detail, you can go 5000 K or even higher for that intense, focused light. All right, let's go back to our kitchen crime scene. Now that we're armed with our new knowledge about lumens, Kelvin, and CRI, we can finally solve that glare problem once and for all. See, it's not just about picking the right bulb, it's also about where you put it. So, 3 simple steps. 1. Install your light strip towards the front of the cabinet, not pushed all the way to the back. This lights up your work area, not your own eyes. 2. Angle the light so it points back towards the backsplash, instead of straight down at the shiny counter. This gives you this beautiful, soft, indirect light. And 3, and this is a big one, always use a fixture that has a diffuser. You know that little frosted cover? Its job is to soften and spread the light out, getting rid of any harsh, hot spots.
Okay, so we've covered the science of our eyes, we've cracked the code on the LED box, and we've got a strategy for smart placement. Let's pull this all together into one final checklist that you can literally take with you to the store.
Here it is, your cheat sheet to perfect lighting. First, check the lumens for the brightness you need. Second, pick the right Kelvin to set the mood. Third, and don't forget this one, always aim for a high CRI, 90+, for those beautiful true colors. Fourth, mind the angle to stop glare in its tracks. And here's my last pro tip. Install dimmers wherever you can. Seriously, they give you the absolute best control to adjust your light for any task, any mood, any time of day.
You know, at the end of the day, this is about so much more than just light bulbs. It's about our comfort, our well-being, and it's about creating spaces where we feel good and just love to be. The right light, I really believe this, can absolutely transform a house into a home.
So now, it's over to you. Armed with all this new info, what's the first space in your home that you're going to tackle? The kitchen? The living room? The power to create perfect, comfortable, beautiful light is officially in your hands. Now, go make your home shine.